Gonna be running a very nice continuation of the exploration session featured last week, 2 weeks ago. But yeah, we're gonna get back into the game, do some exploration. If anyone said last time, that remember the California Nebula, and we've recently discovered some ammonia worlds and Thargoids. Lots and lots of Thargoids. So I'm gonna hop us into game. Okay, should see that. Sweet. There we go. Alright. Should be ready. We'll just put this in open. We're not miles away from anywhere. It doesn't really matter.
Incoming message.
Welcome back. Some messages apparently. Palos and the HIP system apparently. That's for current. Hello, Canis. Shay is, I know you. Anyway, how you doing? Right, let me just change cockpit modes. Make sure I'm in discovery mode. This should be the one. Can I go to my A10 Super Cruise?
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, so basically it's
Ready to engage.
really dangerous. 'How's that? Yeah, let me just do some adjustments. There we go. So yeah, at the moment it's just going to be discovering planetary bodies, and just doing some exploration. Anyway, at the moment that's a metal content world, that's cool. Is that a goid? That is a goid. Better. Alright. Yeah. I'm assuming that's another goid. Yep, that's a goid. So, at the moment it's basically, this place is infested with Thargoids, because there is an ammonia world nearby. And yeah, it's probably going to be a bit risky to go in for a scan of the nearby planets, but based off of... Are they all goids? Yes. That's not terrifying at all, is it? Why is that rotating? That's goid. My ship's spinning. No. Strange. Anyway. Back as I was saying, so yeah, there's a lot of Thargoids around, and Thargoids aren't exactly the friendliest of creatures. I'm assuming out of the loop. Hostile aliens, basically, they don't like me or anyone very much. And the fact that there is a lot of them here is not worrying. That's a Thargoid. That isn't. What not you would be? You're a rocky ice world. A couple of them there too. So I'm assuming you're more goids. Nope. one of them is a magic wand. Nice. Good. So if I run this in this mode, I should be able to see what is a guide and what isn't. So yeah, I'm just gonna get all of these done. And on my game cap. There we go. Yeah, there is a lot of dudes around, which is not terrifying at all. I don't know what you're on about. Yeah, but you have to zoom in sometimes quite a bit to find them. So yeah, I think Elite is kind of one of those just loud games, so especially in the FSS apparently. What might you be? Are you a Lloyd? Yes. Disappointing. You can find planets, not Thargoids. You know, this is not terrifying at all, seeing the amount of Thargoids that are in this general area. That's another guide. Have I found all of them yet? There's still more. Is there seriously still more? No. Clusters. I see another orbital plane there. I wonder if there's anything over that way. Maybe there was an ammonia world somewhere, so I kind of want to find that again. Because being the batshit crazy person that I am, yes, I did do that. Now that I've got a computer that can run it, so I'm trying to find the ammonia world that was around here. It was basically as a body. I think that's the other one? Yes, it is. And then a guide.
System scan complete.
There we go, system scan is done. So yeah, at the moment I'm trying to find Thargo, the ammonia world. They should have a grey signal to them. That's a metal content world. So I know I found it. However, I'm not sure where it might be. I'll have to go down here, this might help me find it. Because ammonia worlds are really good for finding. They're like pretty valuable. Let's just try to find it. They all appear to have the same damn picture. Look for the grey bodies. That's a metal content world. Grey. I can't seem to find it. Where is it? Because I know it's around here. I just can't find it. Until I can upgrade no, but yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, lots of. Oh, I think I found all the guides. Nice. How many? Where is this ammonia world? God, there are so many here. Honestly, I think it might be too risky to run a thing. Have I still got my route going? No, so I was planning to head over here. There we are. There's my route. So I plan to get over here so I can go into the California Nebula. It's about 600 light years from me. I've got my route going. I'll just head out. I mean, I've got the discovery of it, so that'll help. It's kind of a shame that I can't find it, but to be honest, do I want to find it? The amount of Thargoids that are in here, I would rather not. So, yes. Let's just get out of here. I'm not dealing with the Goids. And also, I can't be bothered to sit there looking at my FSS trying to find this one ammonia world. Yeah. And through the jump we go, once again. So... there we are. And we pop this one off so we can get a orbital plane. 7 bodies. If I have a look, anything for me to discover? Some ice planets. May as well find what there is. Huh. Oh, there's more Goids there. There's like a band of them, Jesus. That's not terrifying at all, is it? And one. At least I hope I have, yep. You another Goid? Yes. Yeah, I know, Kenneth, you're out the loop. Goids or Thargoids are basically the aliens of Elite Dangerous. They are also very hostile and they do not like people. So, given the fact that I'm not running a combat ship, I would rather stay there, hell away from them. You, yeah, you're more dudes, aren't you? There's a Goid. You a Goid? Yep, you're a Goid. Yeah, I know what the PC struggle is like. It's kind of like hard to... No, there's one planet here. But yeah, the amount of Thargoids in this general system is kind of ridiculous. They're nearby an ammonia world, so they kind of just swarm the damn thing, and they're swarming the nearby worlds for some god-all-known reason, but nothing I personally can do about it, because they're Goids and I don't have a combat ship. Of course, the AXI, once get involved, then they might be interested in this general area. I may have just wandered into a Thargoid hotspot and not known about it, but yeah. Let's get to the next system. Yeah, so it's just going system to system. I still have. So last session we managed to get to about 300 light years out of the 1000 trip, and yeah, it took a while because I was just scanning things. Because the plan is that once I get to the nebula, I'll be able to A, look at pretty nebula because they're kind of cool, and B, there's the planetary plane. I need to try to get away from the star and get vertical on this so I can get a better view. And we have icy planets. Am I surprised in that? No. There's more Goids. Yeah, there's going to be quite a few Thargoids around. I have a feeling. And yeah, as fun as that may sound, I'm not dealing with them. Rather not go get sniffed by some strange space bug. There we go. System scan is done. And that means we can go to the next planet. So there's HIP 19484. Let's go. Basically, all of these systems are going to be, quote, anarchy because there's no one there. It's empty, and that's how deep space is. Must admit, the skybox looks great. And yeah, that nebula there is basically where I'm generally headed. If you saw that one on the sort of mid-left area. That nebula is basically where I'm going to. I'm heading in that general direction. I'm just going to scan this system. Certainly planets in this one. There we go, found the bodies. So if I head to a place where I can see the entire orbital plane, like that, then I can find what bodies we have. A lot of metal-based planets. That is nice. They're kind of valuable. And Goids. Your friendly neighborhood Thargoids. Well, I'd assume to be Goids anyway. So there is 12 planets here. Wonderful. So... yeah. And you're also a planet. Yep. Or a moon to be more precise, because that one is doing something. Ah, look, they're all sort of gathered around that. Oh, there is a gas giant somewhere. Okay. They are also in a very strange orbit. Asteroids. Yes, it's just a gas giant I need to find. I need to look for the sort of... once I go here, because I'll see the patches on the tuner. They are Goids. Yep, they're Goids. Why am I not surprised in that? There's so many of them here. Yes, there is a lot of Goids, and I'm not sure if I like that, because they aren't friendly. Oh yeah, that's a better observation of that, isn't it? Where is this gas giant? Hello? Goid? Goid. Another Goid. Seems to be there's a lot of them around here. No, that does look as if there should be a gas giant around it though. That's strange. No. 'Cause it is just the gas giant I'm looking for. Is it a different plane? No. Thargoids. As you can see, there is a lot of Thargoids. And I don't know if I like that. So, yeah. Let's try and stay away from those. Of course, if I had a ship that was fitted for AX, then yeah, I would probably be diving right into one of those and trying to take one out, but they are very long fights, especially when you don't have... Is that another Goid? Yeah, that's a Goid. Hello, sir. How you doing? Good to see you. Not really. sort of looking around the orbital plane, because that's where they will be. This one persistent planet is evading my eyes. Checking around this one to see if there was anything. It doesn't appear to be. A-belt clusters, yes. Again, it feels like. Hold on, I exit and then re-enter. That might help. Right, where is everything? Here we are. Oh. All these things going by the way. Yeah. So, at the moment it's just trying to find a gas giant. It's strange how hard it would be to find one of the largest planets in the entire solar system. In this entire system anyway. Lots of ice. Again, it really feels like they should be there. That's a weird orbit. But I'm not really going to waste my time trying to look for one thing. I'm probably just going to look for some more planets to go to. Besides, I want to get to my target system, which is next to the California Nebula. Or that one over there. Can't wait to go there. I've already done a trip to Betelgeuse, which was fun. But doing just a general run towards the California Nebula will be the first nebula trip I've done because I haven't really done much exploring in the game. Nice. Discovery scanner. Kind of stuff you got then. You have more ice worlds. Why am I surprised by that? No goids this time. Which is good. Oh, no goids is kind of nice. I think I may have escaped all the goids. I'm no longer going to clog up my scanner, which is great. And if they do, then shite. It's one more planet, and I've already found it. Fuel. Alright, next star I can get to that is fuel scoopable. I am scooping from it. So there will be a scooping run because I don't want to run out of. Okay, yeah, you're scoopable. Sweet. That's a scoop. Fuck's sake. Yeah, very funny. Yeah. Thank you. Yep, so just gonna go through all of these systems and find stuff because I want to know things.
System scan complete.
Oh, this one's fully scanned. Oh, that's boring. Yeah, it's just 2 stars. Shame. Actually, yeah, I was going to fuel scoop this, wasn't I? Let's do that. Fuel scoop time. Give me your fuel. How much fuel do I get per second on this? Quite a bit. So I'm just going to have to keep running around like this until my fuel tank fills up again because I don't have. Because I need to just get as much fuel as I can before I do my next series of jumps, otherwise I'm going to have to run out and call the fuel rats. And I would not want, I don't want to do that. Oh no. Whatever should I do about that? It's not like this ship doesn't take any damage from temperature. See? I can just sit around this star scooping fuel all I want. I'm not going to heat up much more.
Warning. Temperature critical.
Okay, maybe I am. That's a problem. When are you going to be full? Come on, fuel tank. Photosynthesis. Yes, I'm doing photosynthesis by spinning around a star for no apparent reason. Anyway, now I've filled up my tanks. I can now go to the next system.
Frameshift drive charging.
System after system after system. Welcome to space. Welcome to Elite Dangerous Exploration, where you're jumping from system to system, scanning shit and filling up your fuel tanks. This isn't repetitive and boring, I swear.
3, 2,
Ah yes, fuel tanks. Ah, that's bright. Struve's lost sector. That's not ominous at all.
fuel scoop disengaged.
I'm just gonna pop off another scanner, why not? Yeah, just pop that down. Ooh, there's a water world. Okay. That's cool. Alright, I might take a trip to that because they are kind of worth a bit. If it's got any islands on it, then it being called Britain. Because I am unoriginal and probably not funny. Lots of planets. What kind of planet was that? Huh. Kind of like Mars and Venus combined together. Yes, this is Elite Dangerous. Because this is one of the things you can do, which is exploration. Combat is kind of more fun, but I don't have rebuy at the moment, so I'm definitely not doing combat runs. Under asteroids. That's cool. Metal rich world. So where is that water world? I want to go find it. Quick. Water world. Gas giant. Big giant. I can find some more icy bodies. Gas giants. Surrounded by planets covered in ice. What a surprise! There's the water world. I want to go to that at some point. So I'm targeting that. So what I've done there is making sure that I could head to that because I kind of want to do a surface scan of that. Someone's probably already done a scan of that because it's the route to the California Nebula and the people have gone there before. But I still want to go there because water worlds are kind of cool. Right. This is honestly so much better way of discovering things than flying to every single undiscovered body, because I'm fairly certain that would have been laborious to do, so I'm glad they made it a bit easier. Ooh, there's a system over there. Are you a gas giant? Yes, you are. And would you look at that, it's surrounded by moons. I'm sat here looking at this like conversation in chat, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on there? The only fun way to play you know what? I need to do that, actually. I need to do a Stellaris stream. Solely because then I can say that not being an imperialist xenophobe is the only fun way to play. So yes, thank you for that. I'm now going to do that. Also, yes, I'm fairly certain that being an Imperialist Xenophobe is somehow the most efficient way of playing the game. I don't do that because it's boring, and why should I always do the meta? I'm one of those kinds of nations declare rivalry already. Yep, they like to do that. I wonder why. Heading to a random, nondescript planet, and I honestly kind of hope that no one's been here before, even though they probably have. Woo. Yeah, like when someone says, "Oh yes, a xenophobic imperialist has declared rivalry with me," it's like, yes. Are you not surprised by that? So yeah, I'll probably have to redo my route again. Have we been playing the same Stellaris game? Yes, we have. I don't know what you're talking about. You can play Democratic, and you can play the game without being a xenophobe. Yeah, this is a water world. Okay, that's cool. Alright, now I can do... Trying to... Surface scan time. Whoa. Yeah. That's not buggy at all. Yeah, so the basic way of doing this... That's my FSS. I'm going to my surface scanner. Why can I not move this? Efficiency target probes. Yeah, you can see that people have already been here. Why am I not able to control my planet? I need to go to my controls because apparently the detailed surface scanner is being weird. Yes, your pitch. Alright, there we go, that should work. Yay! Fire that one there. Fire that one there. Fire that one there. Firing that one there, firing that one there, firing that one there. So basically, what I'm doing at the moment is mapping out this planet. They've got 50%, that's good. Will they curve? That's the question. Yes, they will. I hope they go in. Go, glorious steeds. Fire one out that way, fire one out that way, fire one out that way, fire one out that way. There's a skill you can unlock. Not sure how skills work in Stellaris. I don't know if they're a thing. Yeah, there we go. Now we're getting it. Got it. Alright, that's now been scanned. Sweet. So, yes, cool ocean world. Done. I need to go back to my map so I can reclaim my route. Gal map. And get to target. Lock to that, so then I can head to the next system. So yes, doing exploration properly apparently. Next star, you are a K. Okay. Oh yes, the traditions tree.
4, 3, 2,
That's what you're talking about. That's not a skill tree. That's traditions. The one, yeah, I don't know which one it is. I think it might be prosperity or the harmony ones. It's either of those, which makes sense given how they name it. There's 3 planets here.
fuel scoop disengaged.
Have you already discovered everything in this system? Is there 1 planet for me to discover? Yes, may as well. Be quick. I wonder where it is. I will possibly never know. What on earth is this? Is it perhaps behind that star? What are you, like a distress signal? Degraded emissions. Yeah, that's my star. So yeah, it should be somewhere. Oh, hello, I think I found it. There it is.
System scan complete.
That was relatively easy. Fuel-wise, I should be fine. Sounds right. Yeah, it is the traditions tree. There are plenty of ways you get admin cap now, based on the Federation's update. You can just make a literal hell. By that I mean a planet of bureaucrats, which just give you admin cap. That's the only thing they do, and also eat consumer resources. Admin cap, yeah, it kind of matters because it affects like research costs and stuff on the lines of. So it affects research costs, upkeep, leaders, stuff like that. So you want to keep it in your. You want to keep Empire Sprawl below admin cap, otherwise you end up with a bunch of penalties that just suck to have. Alright, how many bodies? 10. Let's have a look, shall we? Hold down, please. There aren't any water worlds, which is a shame. We can certainly find all these ice bodies. Should be easy enough to do. City planners have clearly never cared about urban sprawl. Yes, however, admin cap is basically how much you manage stuff with. You mean Brussels? Okay. Fuck's sake. Seriously? Well, I have a feeling he's going to do that now. He's going to make a bureaucratic centre and he's just going to call it Brussels in my next Stellaris game. And I realise if there's any pro-EU fans in chat, they're going to get angry. Which is funny. Actually, it's probably not funny that I'm pissing off the audience. God, I'm a shitlord. There we go, that's done. Alright, let's get out of here. I think a multiplayer Stellaris game would be very entertaining to watch. The problem is, if we got fucking Rohan and then oh boy, would that be interesting, shall we say. Let's go. 2, 1, go. Alright, I'm probably gonna fuel scoop. So you knew, yeah, I what was I expecting from you? Oh, they're close together. They look like they're in a mating ceremony. Shit. Pull up. Pull up. Fuck. That was close.
System scan complete.
You? Fuel scooping? Should be fuel scoopable, right? What's in here, by the way? Is there an Earth-like? Nope, because it's completely empty. Let's head to this one, see if I can fuel scoop this. That's it. Why is there so many stars in this system? What the hell? We're not able to fuel scoop from these for some reason. That's strange. Alright, let's just head to the next one. Yeah, there's a lot of stars in the system. Honestly, don't enjoy that.
Frameshift drive charging.
Seriously?
4, 3, 2.
I never want to hear that again, okay? I never want to hear that again. Bench. For fuck's sake, dude. Seriously? Fucking facts and logics man here. This is perfectly fine. I don't see the problem with this. You know when they say don't look at the sun? I'm gonna look at the star that I'm right next to. That's not gonna blind me at all. What do I not want to hear again? Jacob Rees-Mogg. There we go. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's go. Yeah, bearing in mind that the latency mode on streams basically means it's kind of delayed when I respond to stuff before you see it because of stream snipers mainly. It just has latency between things. There's all a new cat again today. How nice. Wonder what's in this system. Planets of some sort. Oh, never mind. I am just going to the next one. Fuck this system, man. Fuck this star system. Heading to... That's an M, so I can fuel scoop that. Streams. You can't really stream snipe in Elite, but the way it works is that Twitch does it for everyone because Twitch does it for everyone because of that. So it's like a default setting. It's something I can't control, basically. No one can control that, I don't think. So yeah, you just kind of have to deal with it. As you see, I am getting maximum fuel from this. And also cooking my ship, because that's a healthy thing to do. God, some of these star names is interesting, shall we say.
Frameshift drive charging.
So the fucking the fucking FSD themes are going on in the background, and I love some of those themes. Yeah, apparently so. The cat whisperer.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Anything in the system? There is. Alright, let's have a look. Shall I have a look? Oh, look at that. There's a lot of systems here. Oh, bodies. Let's get scanning. Lots of them have moons, apparently. That's cool. I feel like my ship's moving and I'm not sure why. There is a metal world here. That's an asteroid belt. Alright, that's cool. Seems to be a lot of planets around this one little red dwarf, so that's a plus. I like how asteroid belt clusters will just seem to discover themselves once you find one.
System scan complete.
There we go, they're all around that one like red dwarf. That's cool. Makes my life easier.
Drive charging.
Next system. How many light years away?
3, 2,
Because I'm just gonna keep track on how many jumps I have before I need to. Before I actually get to the California Nebula, which is what I'm heading to, so then I can sort of do my thing. The fuel economy on this ship is probably not the best.
fuel scooping.
How many do I have? I've got a fuel scoop. I have 13 more jumps, which means 13 more systems until I get to my target one, which is right outside the nebula. So it means I need the fuel for 13 jumps. Yeah, there it is. Right there. You're getting close. We have more ice worlds here. How many planets? So yeah, it's just a case of discovering planets, and as many as I can. There is an ice. There's a planet there. There is also a planet there. More planets over here. And a lot of them apparently. There's a dense amount. That's good. Makes life easier. This planet apparently has 2 moons. That one is on a wacky looking orbit, may I say. Yeah. That done. We can go to this one, which is just ice planets.
System scan complete.
That was easy. But yeah, we're getting close to the nebula, which is good. So yeah, we're 13 jumps away. If I check my galaxy map just quickly, I want to see if I have the fuel to make it. No, I don't.
Frameshift drive charging.
I don't have the fuel to make it to that point yet. It's an F. Okay, yeah, I can scoop from that one. I love the acronym we use to remember fuel scoop all stars.
3, 2,
So yeah, this one's going to be blinding, people. Told you. Oh, that's... I can never remember how fucking bright they are.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop.
Jesus Christ. They are literally blinding. No Earth or ammonia worlds. No water worlds. Gas giants. So yep, we're going on another adventure looking for planets. Gas giant. Oh, hello. This is interesting. This gas giant appears to have a very large number of moons, which is probably why it has so many bodies. Because rather than making just a couple planets, this gas giant has decided to appear and make a ton of them. I thank you for that very, very meaningful statement there. I'm losing the words in my mouth. Ooh, is there some more systems with this? I think there is. More planets around this one gas giant. Why is there so many? That's an asteroid belt cluster. That's cool. That's a metal-rich planet. Ooh, there's more stuff over there. There is. That's far away. Should be one more just there.
System scan complete.
Nice. Yeah. So at the moment I have 12 more jumps.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yes. I love some of the star names. What is Sinufai? Sinufai. PNG. God, some of these things are hilarious. That name, how the hell do you pronounce that? Sinufai, shit it is.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Should be far away enough, and more ice bodies. I'm honestly not surprised by that. They are the most common planets in the game. Second, which means they're not worth much, but I'll scan them anyway because money. Ice worlds.
System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging.
It's getting closer, which is certainly interesting. So yeah, soon we'll literally be parked right next to the damn thing. By right next to, I mean by about 30 light years, but whatever. Two planets. Is that the system scan? Nope, there is a single icy planet orbiting this star.
System scan complete.
Got it. I should probably... Yeah, let's do a fuel run, why not? Going a bit fast, but this is fine. As long as I keep that little orange dot above the yellow line, then I'm fine. If I go below that, it means I'll hit the EZ. If I hit the EZ, then... EZ, whatever you want to say. I really couldn't care. There we go, it's done. If you hit the exclusion zone, basically, you have a problem. Because you will immediately be kicked out of your FSD, and you'll be sat there waiting for it to cool down. Yeah, you might have to have a look at it. I kind of love just doing this, just casually streaming around planets. So, yes. Of course. There we go. There's one body, may as well fuel up. Actually, I've got enough fuel for now. As you can see, I'm basically pushing the limits of my jump range here, because I think it's in here, right? Yes, should be. Never mind. I'm just gonna play that because some background noise. Why not? Now we get to listen to Galma.
Jupiter Division ships have engaged in battle with rival federal.
Welcome to the Elite Dangerous News Service. It's brilliant. There's like actual lore and shit. It's great.
Core dynamics. Jupiter Rochester have built their own breakaway faction in HIP 54530. The FIA suspects that Jupiter Division agents first infiltrated the HIP 54530 Gold Universal Group years ago and permit-locked the system to conceal their efforts to overtake from within. The self-appointed Supreme Executive Rochester declared, "The Federation is choking to death on its outdated bureaucracy. Only corporate rule can save it. But first the galactic community must protect my followers, so I can establish a permanent base of operations." Director Theodore Sullivan of the Silver
The AI voice for this kind of reminds me of the AI PDA from Subnautica, and I can't figure out why.
The Federation will be able to bring Rochester to justice. Jupiter Division has offered generous rewards to any pilots willing to help secure its presence in the HIP 545.
Honestly, I guarantee that a bunch of Imperial loyalists will just go and work for Jupiter Division just to spite the feds. It will literally be that.
The Pilots Federation has agreed to supply all ships participating in this conflict with temporary permits to access HIP 54530.
Yep, that's why I got
These will
the
expire
random
early on
permit.
Thursday, the 18th of February, 3307. However,
Is it just as infuriating and steals money like the BBC does? No, none of the players pay for it. And also it's kind of fun to listen to because it's just random happenings of Elite Dangerous.
The acquisition of
Oh yeah, this was funny.
by Core Dynamics has been revoked following revelations of illegal activity. An inquiry by the
Yeah, so it's kind of just listening to
Independent Commission for Market Equality
some AI do
that
Galmat
Core
stuff.
Dynamics
Because it,
CEO Jupiter Rochester exerted
it's
undue
not, I'm fairly certain it's not state funded, I don't know how it works.
on Lakon shareholders,
Anyway,
bribery and blackmail. This led
yeah,
to
just
new appointees
listening to
the
the
board of
fucking
directors who
radio
were paid to
shite.
approve the hostile takeover. The inquiry also factored
Yeah, it will shut up for a moment because it's doing thing, but it should kick back in.
federal
There
high
we go.
court trial, which proved that Jupiter Rochester was directly responsible for the destruction of Starship 1 in 3301.
Oh yeah, we can't forget that.
The setup with enormous funds via unregistered banking systems. Core Dynamics refused to comment on the allegations, but its legal team has terminated the transfer process. The entire corporation is currently in disarray due to several departments becoming an independent faction under the name Jupiter Division.
Oh yeah, that
At
stuff.
Lakon Spaceways, Trent Delaney and several other directors have resigned. During an emergency,
Yep, it's gonna keep going on.
a majority of stakeholders approved reinstating Naomi Lansing as chairperson. With stock values plummeting and industry confidence low, the future of the company remains uncertain. However, Sirius
Wait, doesn't
Corporation
Lakon make my
confirmed that it has
ship?
made preliminary offers with regards to acquiring Lakon as a subsidiary.
I forget that, yeah, the fucking...
Jupiter Rochester goes rogue from Core Dynamics.
Yeah, it was so
Several
fucking...
departments
Yeah,
loyal to the
basically,
Core Dynamics CEO
uh,
to form an independent
Lakon is one of these ship
corporate
manufacturers
division.
in
During
Elite,
the recent trial of
and
Fleet Admiral Vincent, Jupiter Rochester was named
basically
as the
they kind of went
paymaster behind the
bankrupt,
sabotage
and
of
someone tries to
Starship
buy
One.
them out, but then it
This
turned out to be
hastened long-term
illegal,
plans to abscond from Core Dynamics along with
something
many
along those
ships with
lines.
personnel.
Yeah, it's strange.
In the permit locked HIP 54530 system, the HIP 54530 Gold Universal Group has been renamed as Jupiter Division. It is assumed to have long been infiltrated by Rochester's loyalists. Using the new self-appointed title of Supreme Executive Rochester, he broadcast this statement across all federal media channels. For many years, I helped Core Dynamics become one of the galaxy's strongest companies, but petty laws and bureaucracy restricted me at every turn.
System scan complete.
I have always felt that people should not be ruled by politicians, but by those holding true economic power, the corporations. It will be a long time before I can act on my commercial plans, but I will prove that corporate rule is the most beneficial system of governance for the Federation.
I'm sorry, some of the things
Rochester
I'm seeing...
is the eldest son of Shadow Vice President Isolde Rochester and a key member of the influential Rochester family.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, it's not gonna
As
be
yet there have been no public statements from his mother or
Why is this
siblings.
just a conversation between you two in chat now?
Warning of ship abductions by
Oh yeah, this was interesting. I read
Pilots
this.
Federation alert. This is an emergency bulletin. to
This
alert
is
independent
laughable, by the
pilots that
way.
Kidnappers are operating in the vicinity of the HR 6828 system. The Pilots Federation has received reports of untrustworthy offers being made to commanders who recently obtained their pilot's license. These involve the owners of Drake-class
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
carriers enticing a pilot to outfit their ship for mining operations
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
before docking with a larger vessel. It
Sorry about
then
that.
makes a series of jumps to a distant star system over 800 light-years away, taking the docked ship with it.
Oh yeah,
The
this
commander
is...
is encouraged to work on
weird.
mining hotspots in order to produce income for the fleet carrier. However, their own ship's limited jump range means they are effectively marooned and reliant upon the fleet carrier to be returned to their starting system. All pilots are therefore advised to beware of hail
This was
directing them
strange.
to HR 6828.
Better than your chat being dead.
systems
Yeah,
in
kinda
that
true.
area. It is also important to exercise extreme caution when docking with any fleet carrier whose owner is unknown. The Pilots Federation has requested that this bulletin be shared by all members across public channels. It has also been distributed to major news feeds including the Alliance Tribune, the Federal Times, the Imperial Herald and Vox Galactica.
How nice.
Admiral Vincent pronounced guilty.
Oh
The Federal
god,
High
that.
Court jury has found Fleet Admiral Lucas Vincent guilty of conspiracy to commit murder and treason. The court heard how Vincent worked with Core Dynamics CEO Jupiter Rochester to
System scan complete.
sabotage Starship One and assassinate then-President Jasmina Halsey in order to increase military contracts. The Federal Times' crime correspondent Ethan Takahashi observed, within minutes of Vincent receiving a life sentence,
Frameshift drive charging.
And let's charge up my frame
Federal
shift.
intelligence agency teams arrested several co-conspirators in the Federal Navy along with some government officials. Jupiter Rochester himself has evaded arrest by fleeing to the HIP 5453
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2.
Yep. Fun times.
Zero system, where loyalists within Core Dynamics are establishing a breakaway faction named Jupiter Division. Industry analysts believe that this corporate split has long been planned, but is being accelerated because of the trial. Rochester covert group of powerful figures who manipulate events to benefit the military and industrial complex.
Frameshift drive charging.
However, a more plausible theory that Zachary Hudson was responsible now seems to have been debunked. Nothing presented in court suggested that the president had any involvement in, or knowledge of, the plan to eliminate his predecessor. Jupiter Rochester named in Starship One trial. Core Dynamics CEO Jupiter Rochester has been accused of collaborating with Fleet Admiral Vincent to orchestrate Starship One's destruction in 3301.
Oh, this is
As reported
interesting.
by Ethan Takahashi for the Federal Times, financial data was presented to the court showing that Vincent, along with others in government and the Federal Navy, received colossal payments via shell companies created by Jupiter Rochester's loyalists. The prosecution claimed that Rochester and Vincent were reacting to then-President Jasmina Halsey's intention to scale back military spending, which would impact Core Dynamics' profits. They arranged to assassinate her and lay groundwork for Zachary Hudson to be voted into power, knowing that his policies would result in further naval contracts. The defense argued that Halsey's testimony was unreliable, and that the financial data was obtained via improper methods, so should have been inadmissible. It was also pointed out that the
Rochester
family had many enemies determined to besmirch their reputation. The jury has now been sequestered to determine a verdict. This means they are unaware of media reports that several Core Dynamics departments, known collectively as Jupiter Division, are transporting ships and personnel to the HIP 54530 system.
System scan complete.
Other sources confirmed that the HIP 54530
Oh god, this is interesting.
Universal Group has
I like
officially
listening to
assumed
this.
the name Jupiter Division, suggesting that it was heavily infiltrated by Rochester's loyalists.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, so
The faction has retained control of the permit-locked HIP
Condoms.
54530 system. Engineers Enhanced Missile Rack Initiative. Pilots for
4, 3, 2.
Operation Alert. The engineerless rider has requested mined materials to help make a previously unique ship module widely available. The module is a fully engineered lightweight and high-capacity Class 2 Seeker missile rack with thermal cascade. It was offered in October 3306 to
Fuel scooping.
pilots who helped defend the Eurybia system from Imperial forces. At the time, the Empire suspected this rider of supplying weapons to the NMLA terrorist group. En's rider has announced that her aim is to make this specially modified weapon available for purchase to all human technology brokers. She added, pilots can help kickstart this project by providing mined commodities, which will temporarily reduce the amount of materials that customers require to obtain the missile rack. As a bonus, the highest contributors to this initiative will be gifted with the module. I'm
Warning. Temperature critical.
pleased to be working with tech brokers to add this to the market. Many engineers think we could do more to serve
Fuel scooping complete.
the galactic community, and this is a step in that direction. Shipments of bromelite, lithium hydroxide, osmium and samarium can be delivered to a wire of Flurble in the Eurybia system. Empire denies existence of secret prison. Pilots Federation alert. An Imperial intelligence detention facility discovered in the RCRA Sector AFAD-42 system has been repudiated by the Empire. The outpost, named Serene Harbor, was located after its distress call was shared publicly by the
System scan complete.
Pilots Federation. According to the commander Andy X, who first investigated the site, all its occupants were dead as the result of what appeared to be a prisoner breakout. Unlike the
Frameshift drive charging.
Imperial Internal Security Service, the Imperial Intelligence Organization has no spokespeople or public channels. However, Senator Carl Nerva told the media, the claim that high security
4, 3, 2.
prisoners and terrorists are being tortured for information in an unregistered outpost is categorically false. There is no such place as Serene Harbor. We believe that independent pilots have been duped by a federal ploy to undermine the Empire, using fake locations and logs for theatrical effect.
Fuel scooping.
I assure all citizens that Imperial intelligence operates fully within the law and remains vigilant against all threats. When asked about Commandant Gabriel Danuka, who was identified by surviving logs at the outpost, Senator Nerva replied, "Captain Danuka was indeed an agent of Imperial intelligence, but died on active duty several years ago. It's obvious that this respected hero's identity has been stolen to add credibility to anti-Imperial disinformation." Core Dynamics implicated in Starship One sabotage. Evidence presented at the trial of Fleet Admiral Vincent suggested financial links to Federal Shipbuilding Corporation Core Dynamics. This significant development was covered by Ethan Takahashi for the Federal Times. The initial investigations around Starship One's destruction in 3301 were outlined by the prosecution. When the Federal Attorney's Office revisited this historical data, traces were found of financial transfers routed through non-Federation banking systems. The FAO brought in the expertise of the Wall-Glass Investigations Agency, which discovered that these transactions were made via shell companies created by Core Dynamics. Fleet Admiral Vincent, as well as several other naval officers, received billions of credits through these companies that went undeclared. Vincent refused to answer any questions about this evidence, once again claiming that he is the victim of a conspiracy to hand the presidency to Felicia Winters. Despite multiple requests from the press, Core Dynamics has not made any public comment. There are unverified reports of large-scale activity taking place at some of the corporation's centers of operation. Alliance election delayed due to Galactic Summit. The Alliance Assembly has agreed to delay electing a new Prime Minister to avoid clashing with the forthcoming Galactic Summit. The proposal to postpone the election date came from Prime Minister Edmund Mahone. Now that the diplomatic conference has been confirmed, we must adapt to take advantage of this historic event. A potential change in leadership occurring at the same time as the Galactic Summit would cause confusion and undermine the Alliance's presence. Although Mahone's proposal was voted through by a narrow margin, many council members disagreed with altering the political calendar. Councillor Nakato Kane, who is a candidate in the election, declared, "It is outrageous that the Prime Minister is using this as an excuse to extend his term in office. Once again, he is more concerned with projecting the Alliance as a superpower than the interests of member systems. This behavior is what you'd expect from a corrupt emperor or president, clinging onto power at any cost." The Assembly has rescheduled the election to take place 3 months later in May 3307, although this remains only provisional. Halsey suggests motivation for assassination attempt. At the trial of Fleet Admiral Vincent, former President Jasmina Halsey has revealed possible reasons behind the sabotage of Starship One in 3301. Crime correspondent Ethan Takahashi reported from the Federal High Court. Jasmina Halsey provided details of a top-level federal cabinet meeting in late April 3301, an event which was never declassified.
Frameshift drive charging.
Its aim was to address the high levels of public dissatisfaction with her administration. At the meeting, Halsey explained that she had been inspired by various peace activists to refocus on the well-being of
4, 3, 2.
citizens. She planned to reduce taxes, invest in social infrastructure and slash federal Navy spending. As yet, this was only a preliminary plan, to be implemented later that year. Halsey told the court that only a dozen officials were present at this meeting, including Fleet Admiral
Fuel scooping.
Vincent. All were told that this forthcoming sea change in policy
Fuel scoop disengaged.
was confidential, but to expect major budget changes in the coming months. The prosecution counsel stated that Vincent was therefore aware that naval defunding was imminent, something which would reduce his personal influence. It would also impact powerful individuals who Vincent was illegally connected to, evidence of which would be presented in due course. Anonymous source refers to distress call location. Pilots Federation alert. An encrypted message seems to provide planetary coordinates related.
System scan complete.
to the mysterious signal from Serene Harbor. The message received by the Pilots Federation was as follows. Welcome to Serene Harbor. 56.4 latitude, minus 8.3 longitude.
Frameshift drive charging.
Theta 7. Although this pinpoints a geographical area on a planetary surface, the astronomical location of this body remains a mystery. It is unclear whether Theta 7 refers to additional map coordinates of some kind, or is a code phrase intended for unknown recipients. Little is known about the original distress call, other than its brief content. This is an emergency broadcast on all frequencies from Serene Harbor. We are. Request for pilots to trace distress call. Pilots Federation alert. An independent vessel has detected a fragment of a mysterious message coming from an unexplored region of space. Commander Elsa Solomon was traveling through the SWAL's XXDC-130 system when her ship's communications array picked up a faint transmission. The message was as follows. This is an emergency broadcast on all frequencies from Serene Harbor. We are. The transmission ended abruptly and did not resume. The signal did not contain any identification data or indications as to its origin. Commander Solomon gave more details to Vox Galactica. The message appeared in my comms panels as text and an
System scan complete.
electronically generated voice. I wasn't able to determine a source, only that it was broadcast within 80 light years of that system. My schedule was tight, so I couldn't spend long tracking it. I have no idea if Serene Harbor is a starport, a settlement, or even a megaship, but this is obviously a Mayday signal. Someone somewhere is in serious trouble. I've asked the Pilots Federation to share the information in case any of my fellow commanders can help. To help triangulate the source, there is a call-out to any other ships that were in the area at the time, which may have received a similar broadcast. However, no responses have been received
Frameshift drive charging.
as yet. Sirius Corporation secures hosting of Galactic Summit. Pilots Federation alert. Sirius Corporation has received more data than Utopia and
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2.
will therefore host the Galactic Summit. Both organizations propose to organize a diplomatic conference for the Alliance, Empire, and Federation. After calling on the galactic community to gather data that would support security operations, many pilots handed in anomalous bulk scan data, atypical
System scan complete. Fuel
disrupted
skipping.
wake echoes, exceptional scrambled emission data, and unusual encrypted files. All three superpower governments confirmed that due to its success in preparing effective security systems, they will accept Sirius Corporation as the neutral territory for the conference. CEO Yong Rui made this announcement. Thank you to all the independent pilots who supported us. Sirius will now begin work.
Warning. Temperature critical. Hull integrity compromised. Fuel skipping complete.
Preparing for the first galactic summit, which we hope will increase peace and prosperity across the galaxy. Pilots who delivered to Sirius Corporation can collect their rewards from Goldstein Port in the Lembava system. Sindhura Pranav Antal expressed disappointment, but confirmed that all who contributed to Utopia's initiative will be rewarded at Tana settlement in the Palevnik system. Sirius Corporation has stated that the Galactic Summit is provisionally scheduled to take place over a 3-week period in late February and early March. Jasmina Halsey provides testimony about Starship One. Former President Jasmina Halsey has taken the witness stand during the trial of Fleet Admiral Lucas Vincent at the Federal High Court. Crime correspondent Ethan Takahashi reported the details for the Federal Times. Jasmina Halsey confirmed the orders for Starship One's unscheduled stopover in the Azalic system
Frameshift drive charging.
came directly from Fleet Admiral Vincent. She added that the presidential itinerary was often altered for various mundane reasons, and at the time this seemed routine. Halsey also provided an account
Ready to engage.
to the vessel's destruction, describing the chaos and panic on board as hyperspace misjump caused rapid structural disintegration. She praised her security detail for getting her into a cryogenic stasis pod and launching it moments before Starship One exploded.
Taking heat damage.
In cross-examination, the Defense Counsel quoted her
Fuel scooping.
reported visions after being rescued, when Halsey described meeting the caretakers of our galaxy and experiencing the infinities of the cosmos. It was suggested that the testimony of someone suffering from such obvious
Fuel scooping complete.
delusions should be discounted. Halsey admitted that she no longer has any memory of making those statements and may have been suffering from post-traumatic shock. She then provided the court with psychological reports and neural scans from the Alliance's finest doctors, medically confirming that she is of sound state of mind. Trial of Fleet Admiral Vincent begins. The Federal High Court on Mars has opened the trial of Fleet Admiral Lucas Vincent, who is charged with conspiracy to commit murder and treason. Vincent stands accused of organizing the sabotage of Starship One in 3301, resulting in hundreds of deaths. The Federal Times' crime correspondent Ethan Takahashi reported. The trial began with the prosecution counsel outlining the case. Material evidence obtained from Chief Technician Rory Webster, whose testimony led to Vincent's arrest, was presented before the jury. Vincent was questioned about a secure transmission from his office to the presidential vessel on the 24th of May 3301, ordering an unscheduled diversion to the Azalic system for routine maintenance. This is where Webster's engineering team followed Vincent's orders to install the sabotaged hyperdrive component that caused the misjump. Evading the questions, Vincent claimed that the entire trial was a Liberal Party cover-up and that Starship One was destroyed to put Winters in charge. With the loss of President Halsey and Vice President Naylor, Felicia Winters did indeed assume the role of acting president and became leader of the Liberal Party. However, the defense counsel played down these accusations, instead declaring that Webster's recordings of Vincent's orders could have been falsified. Councillor Kane campaigns for Alliance votes. Councillor Nakato Kane is visiting key systems across the Alliance as part of her bid to be elected as the next Prime Minister. Of all the challengers to the incumbent Edmund Mahone, Kane has the most support from fellow council members. She has represented the Tionisla system for nearly a decade and is renowned for delivering forceful speeches before the Assembly. Kane's disapproval of the expansionist policies in recent years has struck a chord with people in many systems. She also has a strong reputation among the Old Worlds, which are viewed as the historic hub of the Alliance. During a political rally on Listi, Councillor Kane directly criticized her election opponent. Prime Minister Mahone clearly thinks that the Alliance must mimic the Empire's arrogance and the Federation's corporate greed. He has repeatedly led us into conflict with the Thargoid race, risking millions of lives so we could raid their territories like thieves in the night. I believe that we should be inspired by the mutual cooperation that once made the Old Worlds thrive. We must invest in trade and security to benefit our member systems, instead of pretending to be a monolithic superpower. Marlinist colonies receive emergency food supplies. Pilots Federation alert. Large amounts of food commodities have been delivered to the Marlinist colonies. Multiple shipments of animal meat, fish, fruit and vegetables and grain were transported to Stillman Hub. Messages of gratitude were broadcast from all the Marlinist factions, which have distributed these vital supplies across the 8 colony systems. The Free Marlinists of Carini also issued bounty vouchers for wanted ships, in order to protect the deliveries. Contributing pilots can now collect their rewards from Stillman Hub in the HIP 22550 system. In related news, the first Marlinist Parliament has been democratically elected. The respected community leader Dr. Jenna Fairfax was chosen by a majority public vote to be First Minister.
System scan complete.
In a public address, she said, "This path was not chosen by us, but our people have turned Marlin de Val's ideology into a functioning Republican society. Now that we are fully independent members of the galactic community, we can repay those who aided our survival by offering discounts on commodities and establishing regular trading." Sirius and Utopia compete to host Galactic Summit. Pilots Federation alert. Rival initiatives to arrange a diplomatic conference have been launched by Sirius Corporation and the Utopia Commune. The Alliance Assembly, Federal Congress and Imperial Senate have each provisionally agreed to send delegates to the first Tri-Superpower Galactic Summit in late February. This political gathering will also be attended by representatives from independent systems. All parties have specified that their participation depends upon the event being successfully organized in neutral territory and with sufficient resources and security in place. Sirius Corporation and Utopia have begun to gather supplies to host the conference. Both have requested assistance from the galactic community to provide a broad range of data, which will be vital for planning security operations. Whichever organization obtains the greatest amount of data will be deemed most suitable. The following data sources are of interest to both parties: anomalous bulk scan data, atypical disrupted wake echoes, exceptional scrambled emission data, and unusual encrypted files. Singuru Pranav Antal has called upon all pilots who support Utopia's proposal to deliver the data to Tanner settlement in the Plevnik system. CEO Li Yongrui has asked all those who believe Sirius Corporation to be a more suitable host to deliver the data to Goldstein Port in the Lembava system. Jasmina Halsey returns to the Federation. Former President Jasmina Halsey has arrived on Mars to stand as a witness in the upcoming trial of Fleet Admiral Lucas Vincent. Halsey was subpoenaed by the Federal High Court to testify before the jury. Although this was not legally enforceable, since she now lives beyond the Federation's jurisdiction, she has acceded to the court's request. Jasmina Halsey served as federal president prior to the destruction of Starship 1 in 3301, which Vincent is accused of arranging. She was recovered
Surface scanned by 50%.
alive, but abandoned her political career and emigrated to the Alliance. She has since campaigned as a peace activist and acted as an advisor to Prime Minister Edmund Mahone. After greeting a large crowd of supporters at Olympus Village Spaceport, Halsey gave a statement to the Federal Times. "This is a bittersweet moment for me. Coming back to the Federation feels like revisiting a past life. But perhaps we can finally lay some ghosts to rest." She was welcomed in person by Shadow President Felicia Winters, who was Secretary of State in Halsey's administration. However, President Zachary Hudson has made no comment regarding his predecessor's return or the forthcoming trial of Fleet Admiral Vincent. Prime Minister
Surface scan complete.
Mahone campaigns for re-election. Edmund Mahone has launched a political campaign to be elected as the Alliance's leader for a second term. The incumbent Prime Minister is undertaking a whistle-stop tour across Alliance space to rouse support. Only members of the Assembly can cast votes in this election, but they will be heavily influenced by public opinion within their systems. Mahone's campaign has focused on the Alliance's huge expansion during his 6-year premiership, with reminders of triumphs such as the Alliance Festival of Culture. His ability to handle a crisis has also been highlighted, including President Kincaid's attempted coup and the League of Reparations crusade. More recent examples of his leadership are welcoming Marlinist refugees from the Empire and exploiting the California Nebula to boost economic prosperity. However, Mahone's critics have pointed out that both strategies increase the risk of attack from neo-Marlinist terrorists and the Thargoids. Addressing a packed conference hall on Birmingham in his home system of Deso, Mahone proclaimed, "We live in an increasingly turbulent galaxy, making it important to maintain a steady hand at the wheel. I will be honored to continue representing the diverse peoples of the Alliance." Galactic Summit proposal from Sirius Corporation. Utopia's ability to host a diplomatic conference for all three superpowers has been challenged by the Sirius Corporation. The Megacorp's counter-proposal was announced by CEO Li Yongrui. With all due respect to Singuru Antal, his commune cannot match our level of resources. Sirius is far better placed in terms of logistics and security, and our Navy will be able to ensure the safe transportation of all delegates. Furthermore, we already have excellent commercial relationships with the Alliance, Empire and Federation, and can therefore guarantee neutrality. Our recent philanthropic gesture at creating the Marlinist colonies proves that we are an impartial, stabilizing force for the whole galaxy. Discussions regarding the conference have been ongoing in superpower and independent systems alike. Some leaders have decried it as a pointless exercise, while others view it as a rare opportunity for political cohesion. Sirius Corporation and Utopia's propositions for a galactic summit are now being compared by potential attendees. However, Zachary Rackham's offer to host the conference at the actual galactic summit of Rackham's Peak is not being seriously considered. Uncertainty hits takeover of Lacon Spaceways. The purchase of shipbuilding company Lacon Spaceways by Core Dynamics is in doubt after allegations of illegal business practices. Earth and Karim reported on the recent developments for the Alliance Tribune. The Independent Commission for Market Equality has confirmed that several Lacon shareholders sold their stock to shell companies,
Surface scanned by 50%.
which were covertly established by departments within Core Dynamics. Furthermore, 2 serious accusations of blackmail have been referred to Alliance Interpol. Trent Delaney, Lacon's newly installed chairperson, has dismissed these claims. But coupled with serious rumblings from the Council of Admirals over losing a military supplier, his hostile
Surface scan complete.
takeover now looks less certain. In the Federation, the newsfeed Sol today ran an editorial piece on the situation. Acquiring Lacon is another bold triumph for manufacturing Colossus Core Dynamics. It's a shame that it's being undermined by the petty bureaucrats of the Alliance, who should be gratefully grasping this financial lifeline. It's also laughable that CEO Jupiter Rochester, one of our titans of industry, is being stabbed in the back by old-fashioned colleagues who are clearly jealous of his success. Perhaps his Jupiter division has finally outgrown the corporation and deserves to forge its own path. New Marlinist systems request emergency food supplies. Pilots Federation alert. The newly settled Marlinist colonies have asked for urgent deliveries of foodstuffs. Millions of Marlinists have relocated to 8 systems colonized for them by the Sirius Corporation, thereby reducing tension between the Empire and the Federation. They have asked Universal Cartographics to delay a census of the system's populations, while the refugees lay the infrastructure for their new societies. The Marlinist factions are holding democratic elections to select their leaders. However, the Transitional Parliament has declared an emergency due to the shortage of food stocks. Community spokesperson Dr. Jenna Fairfax announced,
Pretty fun.
"We are grateful to the galactic
And,
community and Sirius Corporation for providing homes. However,
See you soon.